Good morning and welcome to the channel where we talk about bikes and rides and everything. Today's video is about, yep, you guessed it right, ceramic coating your brand new bike. So what I really wanted to do is take you guys through the journey along with me, because this guy is coming to my place, so I won't be able to film him. So we will kind of demonstrate what it takes to ceramic coat a bike. If you know about the ceramic coating, or if you don't have a bike, you are still welcome to stay with me in the video, because I'll be talking about a few things which might be of your interest. But if you don't know about it and own a bike and want to ceramic coat it, this is a must watch for you, as I would take you through the entire process of how this guy is cleaning, how he's preparing, and then finally how he's actually coating the bike. And while we do this, we'll also talk about a few details to give you more insight into how ceramic coating works. So without any further delay, let's roll the intro and get into it. Alright, so Frank is here. He's getting his stuffs out.
So the initial step in the wash process would be to use a wash mitt like this, okay, to get into all the onto all the bigger surface areas. Like the back here, the front, the fuel tank, any larger areas you can use this, and then the smaller areas, the fiddly bits, the more fiddly bits, use a brand new microfiber towel to get in there. Just use your fingers to get in there and clean it up as best as you can with your fingers. And then all the little nooks and crannies, bits where your fingers can't reach, use a brush. I've got a brand new set of brushes there. You use the brushes to get into all these little parts, little fiddly bits, and clean them up. It's a pretty intensive process to wash a bike. I know it's smaller, but it takes some time, you know, to get right. If you're ceramic coating it as well, you just got to make sure that every bit of the surface is clean. It's the most important thing. Ceramic coating the bike is actually quite straightforward. It's easy. It's just the preparation behind it. As long as you're doing that properly, you won't have a problem. And the coating will perform well for many years. Going to use the brush now to start prepare the corners and everything, and from the top and then all the way to the bottom. Make sure the brush is plastic. Okay, so it doesn't damage anything. try and use a brand new brush if you can.
Yep.
I buy multi-packs of them.
Yep.
That way it's brand new. There's no chance of scratching the Juco.
Right.
Okay, because this can cause, a dirty brush can cause severe damage.
Damages, yeah.
Okay. Another thing is always rinse it out once you're done with it. And once you've used the brush a few times, relegate it to something else like the wheels. Don't use this
Same
to
brush.
go back on the paint
back on the
again.
paint,
Yeah, it's very sensitive. These things are very sensitive.
Yep. Washed it, cleaned it, yeah, dried it, and now he's going through.
Dry off some bits.
Yeah, dry off the bits. While Frank is drying, I'm gonna ask him some questions. How often do I wash the bike once the coating is done?
When the coating is done, you need to let it cure overnight.
Yep.
Preferably 24 hours if you can. Don't ride the bike.
Yep.
And then the coating will continue to dehydrate, harden, and crystallize for the next week or so.
Right.
So you can't wash the bike for that first week.
Yep.
After that, just use a pH neutral shampoo.
Okay.
Maguire's, Mother's, Auto Boom.
Right.
They're all good. Don't use anything too aggressive, like CT18, truck wash, and all that sort of stuff. High pH, because it will affect the way the coating behaves
Right.
on your car, because it leaves a different film on top of your surface, and it will impede the way the water beads on it.
It's on it. Yep.
So just wash it as I did. Don't go over a month, once a month.
Yep. Yep.
You know?
Cool.
The enemy of ceramic is contamination.
Right.
Right, so if you park it under here, for example, you can see these trees,
Mm-hmm.
and you leave it here for extended periods of time, the contamination from the tree will start to, again, form another surface on top of the coating, and it impedes the way the coating performs.
Right.
So as long as you're regularly washing it,
Yep.
you're not really going to have a problem with degradation in performance until the lifespan of the coating is up,
Yeah.
which is roughly around the 3 to 4 year mark,
Yep.
and then you'll have to redo it again.
Right.
Yeah,
Nice. Good information. Thanks, Frank.
that's all right. am getting a reading on it, which is nice.
Which is how much?
It's 243 microns.
Oh, that's not bad.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad. It's about as thick as my car. Thicker than my car, actually.
Yeah.
That's pretty thick. It's good.
Harley
It's
paints are
impressive.
generally good.
Yeah. It's impressive. Let me check the tank. 300.
Wow. Look at
Well, they're very generous.
Good job,
278.
Harley Davidson.
Yeah. Very generous. Very generous.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised how thin paints are now
Yeah.
in this industry with all these differing regulations according to what country cars are manufactured in. Japanese paints tend to be quite thin now. The worst is Mazda by far.
Okay.
Mazda.
Right.
Mazda is pretty bad. Their MX-5s are very, very thin. Mitsubishi also quite thin. But yeah, it's impressive to see such good, healthy levels of paint on a bike.
And when you say thin, what's the micron reading?
Thin, look, I would regard something thin as anything below 150.
Right.
So I'm not getting a reading. I am, yeah. But 287. So it's pretty consistent all along as well, close to 300.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll get a reading on this because it's
No,
plastic.
that's a plastic, yeah.
Yeah. But besides that, no, it's very impressive. And when you look at the paint itself as well, what I look at is the level of peel, orange peel. There is very minimal orange peel in this.
Right.
Which, so what orange peel does is it takes away from the reflective characteristics of the paintwork of the bike. The flatter the paintwork is, the better gloss, the better reflections, the better depth you'll get in the paintwork. That's really good. They've done a good job. Very impressive.
Harley Davidson,
Harley
if you're
Davidson,
hearing,
well done.
well done. Really well done.
Okay, so I'm just going to de-wax this with a bit of isopropanol alcohol now.
Yep.
And then we'll slowly start putting on the coating.
Cool.
Yeah.
Have you done this bit as well already?
The air.
Yeah, it looked a little. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm like,
the appearance of it, bro.
nah, yeah, true, but I can clearly see the difference between the tank and this one. So you guys who was watching this video, you clearly know that that's the sort of difference it makes. You can visually look at it and say, you don't have to. I was not here when Frank was doing it, but I could say that probably this bit was not done.
Don't you love it when the bike shakes? When you're working on it?
It always makes me nervous.
Yep. Need some soot. Oh, you're right.
Yeah, see the
Yeah, it does
see
make
the
a
shine
difference.
now.
All right, you're right. It's not different. It is a 2-to-1 mix of isopropanol alcohol and distilled water. 2-to-1.
Right. And what does it do?
This removes all the polish, wax, any grease, oil on the paintwork so that it's perfectly clean and the coating can bond properly. This is where a lot of people mess up.
Right.
They don't de-wax the car properly because the coating needs the paint substrate to bond to. If it bonds to anything else that's on the surface, it won't form a strong bond.
Right.
It'll come off, or it won't last as long as it should. You have to just thoroughly de-wax all the areas where you are going to apply
What?
coat.
Yeah. So do you do graphene coating as well? That's a new trend, seems like.
Yes, we can do graphene.
Oh, okay.
You can apply practically any coating that you want, really. My advice would be not to get too caught up with the technicalities of different products. They all do the same.
Right, yeah.
You know, really, the function of them all are the same.
Yeah.
What you do need to do is do your research on the best person for the job.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's the most important.
Yeah.
All the big name brands out there that sell decent products, well-known products, will all perform roughly the same.
Same, yeah.
Yeah. So graphene is a different type of formulation to achieve the same result.
Right.
Yeah.
Does it last any longer or anywhere better than ceramic?
Look, I've tested graphene against SiO2 coatings such as this one, SiO2, SiOC. They all perform roughly the same. They all have roughly the same levels of degradation over time. In terms of gloss, SiO2 coatings are probably a little bit better, but very negligible. Again, that a lot of it depends on how much prep work has been done first. If the prep work on two vehicles were performed exactly the same, and graphene was applied to one, SiO2 was applied to the other, SiO2 would have a little bit more gloss.
Okay.
You know, but nothing crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you say SiO2, do you mean ceramic?
Yes.
Okay.
So the active ingredient in that was SiO2, which is silicon dioxide.
Silicon dioxide. Yep.
Then you've also got silicon carbide based coatings, SiC. And you've got graphene. I think there's another one now. Self-healing. Interesting. The self-healing one is interesting. The self-healing basically means that when the paintwork is exposed to heat, it will self-heal itself.
Right.
The scratches will disappear.
Yeah.
It's interesting technology.
It is.
But in order for that to happen in the first place, the coating itself has to be soft enough to move.
Right.
So it's give and take with that.
Yeah.
You know, the coating is softer to begin with, so you're going to get more scratches to begin with.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool, right?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
It sells.
Yeah. It's
Sounds
pretty cool.
fancy.
Yep.
You know, that's why I say don't get too caught up with the technicalities of what this coating has over another.
Right.
Rather look at the person who's doing
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That's the most
True.
important.
True.
Yeah. this product is a professional grade product.
What product is this?
Body armor.
Body armor.
Yeah.
Okay.
It can be used out of a glass bottle, or it can be sprayed as well.
Right.
It's a professional grade product, which means that there are higher level of, there is a higher level of active ingredient in the solution.
Right.
Now you can do it yourself as well. You can do things like this yourself, but what you'll find is the products that you can purchase online have lower levels of active ingredient.
Right.
The reason being, the higher the potency of the product, the more difficult it is to apply,
Yeah.
and the more prone you will be to making a mistake. Some products, if you let it linger too much on the paintwork and not wipe it off, you might need to resort to wet sanding to remove the stain.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
No, that's no good.
Yeah, so that's why you do them in small sections.
Right.
The consumer grade, or as we call them, consumer grade products, are more user friendly because they have a higher alcohol content,
Right.
lower active ingredient.
Active ingredient.
So it lasts less, the durability is less, but it's much easier to apply.
Right.
So that's the give and take.
Yep. Yep.
Whereas this one is very volatile, so it's on and off very
Yep.
quickly.
Yep.
No room for error.
Yep.
I'll show you something as well. So when I applied it over the area that I've already applied it, and you see how it's beating?
Yeah.
Because the first coat
Yep.
is already repelling
Repelling.
the second coat.
Yeah.
But see here, I haven't done it yet. I
Right.
haven't put it there
Yep,
yet. You
yep.
see the difference?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do.
So it dries almost instantly.
Instantly. Yeah.
And that's another thing in this industry. You'll hear a lot of people talk about, we're going to apply 2 coats or 3 coats to your car or your bike, you know, and 2 coats is better than 1 coat. Look, theoretically it is, but the amount of benefit that you get from 2 coats versus 1 coat is very minimal.
Minimal. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a case of diminishing returns.
Yeah. True.
Because the first coat, or the existing coat, will repel a portion of the new coat that you
Yeah.
put on top of it.
Yeah. Guys, here it is, all done. The bike shines like a brand new one, all thanks to this guy right over here, Frank.
Sir.
You're only on Facebook?
Facebook, I've got a website,
Okay,
and I'll drop my phone number and email address.
excellent,
as well.
excellent.
Yeah.
So if you're
in
happy,
Sydney, give me a call.
yep, cool. So all those details you'll find in the description of this video. Give Frank a call. As I said, if you want magic, Frank can do it. Thank you, Frank.
Thank you.
Really
Thank you,
appreciate
mate. Thank you for the opportunity.
No worries. My pleasure.
I'll see you when you upgrade.
Absolutely.
Yeah.